Hi guys, it's Haley. Welcome to my channel. um, I just washed my hair for the first time since getting dreads, and it feels so clean and beautiful, and I can shower it again, but it just has a totally different energy. And my dreads are happy. They just look so different compared to before I washed them. Um, so this is my first time washing my dreads since I got them. So it's been 5 weeks or a month and a week or something. My eye things are just going crazy right now with energy. Um, but yeah, I waited 4 weeks or exactly a month. Calendar days are just ridiculous. But basically, like, I got my dreads done on the 29th, and then I waited, till the next 29th of the next month um, to kind of gauge. And I felt like I just wasn't ready. I meditated on it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to wait to wash my dreads a little bit more because I kind of don't want them to unravel. I was a little bit scared of that, I guess. But for the most part, I did a lot of research, and a lot of it's just overwhelming, to be honest, when it comes to dreadlocks, about like what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what you should avoid, what you shouldn't avoid. And it really just comes down to opinion and what's going to work for me personally. So I just kind of meditated on it and was like, all right, I'm going to just do my thing and hope that it works out for the best. So they're still wet, but it felt really nice. Like I said, I did a lot of research. And, I do have Dr. Bronner's, like, rose hemp oil cast style soap or something, and I thought of using that, but then I read, and a lot of people said that it might cause buildup for your dreads. So I just stuck with apple cider vinegar, and I mixed, like, this much apple cider vinegar, and then, like, the rest water in, like, a solo cup kind of size cup. And, yeah, took a shower and just rinsed that shit and like scrubbed my scalp, and it still has some like buildup or residue from the wax that they use, which I didn't really think would happen, but it is what it is, because they did use a lot of beeswax when they were trying to lock my dreads in. And I think they used a lot of hairspray too, if I remember correctly. So it's clean except for that part, but I will probably try to use baking soda again next time I wash my hair, because I read that that is really good at like getting buildup out too from dreads and just like cleaning in general. So baking soda and apple cider vinegar is where it's at for my hair right now. And we'll see from there. It does bother me having it down, but it's still drying, so I'm gonna leave it down for a little bit because I really don't like my hair in my face. But it looks pretty and it looks happy and it looks tangled and messy, and I like it. And I saw the energy of like how it looked when I first immediately got out of the shower, and I was like, yes, my hair is going to love being dreaded. It's just not the same on camera. It looks really beautiful in person. Like right now I'm just seeing like a tangled mess, but also pretty. But yeah, when I got out of the shower I was like, oh my god, my hair looks so happy and just like clean, minus the wax that I could still feel, but it's there for a reason. Whatever, it wanted to stay in there a little bit more, I guess, but we'll wash it out next time. So those were the techniques that I used for my hair. After I got out of the shower, I also, I towel dried it, and then I made this mix of rose water. I bought a rose water toner, but all it is rose water that's supposedly made at a high vibration, whatever that means. So the rose water toner, and then I mixed that with essential oils like eucalyptus, rosemary, orange, and lavender. And all that stuff is really good for my hair and my scalp too, my skin and everything. So and then I also did a little bit of coconut oil and just rubbed that into my scalp and my dreads, my hair. So my hair felt really happy. It still does, but now I'm doing a video, so it's like, all right, let's calm down on the energy because it was really high vibe before. So I kind of want to talk about some other things that happened since my last video. That guy that I was talking about, I hate having my hair in my face, I really do, but it's just something that's happening right now, so excuse me, just adjusting. It feels obnoxious to me too. Anyways, that guy that I talked about working with last time, he didn't work out. I asked for a $50 deposit from him because he was just sketchy and I didn't trust whatever. Like, it ends there when I say that. I didn't trust because he's not trustworthy. So just the whole process, I trusted my process, but that's too complicated, so whatever. Like, his process was just sketchy in the way that he did things, the way he is as a person. Hi, baby Ezekiel. He wanted me, like, to do his laundry, which I was okay with, but not really, because I don't do men's laundry. But, yeah, except baby Ezekiel. I was wrong. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Except baby Ezekiel, I do his laundry. But there's just a lot that doesn't feel right to me energy-wise right now about the world and the lifestyle that I live in, and I know that it's, you know, it's changing. So I've already created that space where my mindset is like, this doesn't feel right, you know, and I've set those boundaries, so when something does come along and it's about money, I'm like, this still doesn't feel right. So it basically would have come down to me, like, giving up my soul's energy for money, which I just don't do as much as possible within my set of boundaries. But he didn't want to do the deposit, you know, because he wanted me to drive to wherever out of town, because I told him, like, I could help with other things. At first I told him I could help with, like, food deliveries and stuff and possibly transportation, but really I don't feel right about anyone being in my car with me and my baby, just again because I have boundaries, and I just don't feel right about it. So I just feel like it's like penetrating my aura in nasty ways to be around, like, strangers and people I don't know in my personal space. Excuse me, like, my hair just wants to get flung around or get comfortable or something, but there's just certain things that I don't like that don't feel right. And what else? Yeah, I was looking at his reviews and stuff, and just more evidence about how it didn't feel right. When I feel my stomach cringe or, like, my heart kind of close up or ting, like, that's a stopping vibration, which for me is a lot of time because I'm advanced in energy. And for them, it could also be something big too, and it could be something small. So that's the best way that I can explain it. But when I feel a stop in my energy, even for like a slight little amount of time, I know that there's something happening that's not right for me on my part. It doesn't feel right. It's not something that's going to flow. So that's how I felt when looking at this guy's reviews. It just said, like, food delivery, like $3 to $5 or something, which I understand because food deliveries can cost that much in certain aspects of things, like certain companies, but, like, I'm not DoorDash or Grubhub, and I'm not going to step out of my door for, like, $3 to $5. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even be making that much because he would be taking a percentage. Like, the fact that I don't even want to go down the list, but just in simplistic terms, getting the baby ready, making sure that I'm, like, fed and taken care of and stuff, only to go out and extend my energy for a few dollars just doesn't make sense, you know, and load him up in the car because I'm not leaving him anywhere, and going to some stranger's home and like dealing with someone I don't want to deal with, when most people have a nasty energy I don't want to deal with. And I say most people because we've hit a new era right now to where people stopped evolving. So that's I guess the purpose for me saying that is that I'm trying to I've already evolved to the point that like I'm very careful about who I'm around and who I connect to, because it could be extremely painful and like degenerative and stressful and anxiety causing and depressed, and just I feel everything. So I'm careful about what and who and what energies and how I connect, with certain things, because it takes a toll on my energy. So I like to just stay and bask in like myself, and my glory and my energy and myself. And anything that puts me out of that and off center, it just doesn't feel good. So that's what happened with that guy. And also in his reviews, I noticed a lot of like, bless you, baby. Him saying, like, when people would leave good reviews, he would be like, thank you, like, next time your ride's free, or next time your meal's free. And literally, like, every person that left a review, he would say that. And that's not good business practice in my mind, because it's like, you're giving stuff for free for a review. Like, most people, and I'm not even, it's hard because I don't have a completely earthly perspective anymore. I see outside this realm of reality, but I also see this reality too, and how, earthly business practices run. And to offer a free ride to every single person who leaves a review just because you want the business, is backwards ass business practice to me. And then I just put myself in that situation, like, well, obviously I'm not going to get paid. Like, where is the payment? Unless he is the one giving all these free rides and stuff and wasting his energy, then that's fine. But that's just not someone I envision doing business with. So that was a really long-winded explanation of just things that I don't correlate with or resonate with in general, and why I cut him out. And so I didn't envision myself doing deliveries or transportation for multiple reasons, as explained. And when I talked to him, it's weird because I almost had this antimatter feeling, like I could see this going in a beautiful way, and energy just like resonating and flowing and changing the community and stuff like that. But when it got down to it, it just wasn't going to happen. I was thinking like, oh, I could help him, with certain things. Not for the small money, but we had talked about like doing his laundry, and for a minimum of $100, then seeing like what else could get done, whether it be yard work or like house cleaning. But really, like, my gut closed up when he talked about house cleaning, and I literally immediately, the first time we met, always trust your first instinct because it's usually the most right one, but that's complicated and not always accurate depending on how your energy is. But my stomach closed up the first time we talked about house cleaning for him, and I was like, he ended up asking me, basically I told him I'm way too detailed and way too clean for the little amount of money that house cleaning pays. Because it's not just money, it's about energy too. And like, are you draining yourself for something that's not even worth it? Like, regardless of what price I charge, it's never going to be enough for me cleaning, because my life is constantly about cleaning, and it's not something I enjoy. I'm not passionate about it. You can't pay me enough to do it. That's just my soul standard, But reasons aside, he ended up asking me after the first time we met, after I had said no to house cleaning. And I don't question myself about this. Like, it's funny that house cleaning came up again, because it was like my solid boundary. Like, no, I can't and I will not house clean. He asked me, hey, like, do you have any referrals for someone who might clean my house? So I gave him someone's number. after a while of like finding that reference and stuff. And yeah, it just didn't work out. So we had made a plan for, like I said, to do his laundry. He said it would be $100 minimum for the day, and depending on what else gets done, it could be more. So it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't mind, you know, making at least $100 that day, and then I can help maybe possibly organize his house or do some light cleaning. And then it kind of like stopped there, because in my mind I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to take my baby's pack and play. Fuck that, that's too heavy. I don't like manual labor. My mind kept going through all these thought processes like, okay, what I'm gonna have to do, and I just envisioned his house being dirty. You know, and he, in our first conversation, he talked about like it needs to be clean. It's not tweaker dirty, but like, you know, he was basically telling me that he was a tweaker without telling me he was a tweaker or whatever. Like, in other words, I'm a tweaker, you know, just the way that he was talking fast and wearing something like, I know things, even if you're telling me the exact opposite, I know the truth. So there was that. And, God, I feel like it hurts even just dragging out this conversation talking about him, but it is what it is. He didn't want to give me the deposit to take my ass up, you know, to his place and take the baby and do whatever else. And like, I just see it as me expending a lot of energy for no money or no payment when it comes down to it, because my energy is worth more than anything to me. My energy is everything to me. It's my life force energy. It's what keeps me alive. It's what keeps me healthy, keeps me from getting ill, prevents diseases. It keeps me cleaning my home on a regular basis without getting drained, taking care of the baby, being on point, being focused, being visually attuned, being able to tell my future and know what's comfortable and what's not comfortable to do or what not to do. Should I go to the grocery store today? Is it going to be a decent experience? Or is it really just not a good day to go? Maybe there's traffic, or maybe it's just going to be too chaotic, or not the right person's working at the register today or something. I can usually feel those things out to some degree. So I have to be on point, and that's just my natural state, is being on point. So I can't let anyone drain that vital life force energy that's within me and my crazy hair, because I love it and that's my standard and that's who I am. So there's that. And he told me I only pay after services rendered, and I was like, okay, sorry, that's not gonna work. And he said, don't be sorry. And I said, okay, I'm not, I'm just being polite. And, you know, at that point, I was just kind of like tired of his shit as a human. But on the other side, I really didn't care, because I knew like it wasn't going to work, and it is what it is. And things always balance themselves. And he came right back after that. I blocked him after a while, because I was like, should I not? Should I? But obviously, I knew at like the core of my being, this is not going to work. I blocked him. He called me the next day and asked me to like do some more work for him, like do a ride or something. And I just texted him, hey, like, I blocked you for a reason. Don't call me or text me anymore. We're not a match as business partners. Thank you. And there's just an equivalent or a balance that he clearly was not matching and wasn't capable of matching, and that's okay. It was an experience and a lesson learned and everything. And felt really weird after I decided to block him, because it felt like a toxic relationship in my heart, like one of those like codependent toxic breakups where you like constantly reach out to the person and possibly have sex with them even though they're completely vile for you, and they're just like sucking your soul in a giant void. I felt that after I decided to block him, which I knew was his energy. It was not my own. I do not contain that energy within my aura whatsoever. So it was just gross, you know, deciding to set that boundary with someone that I knew in the first place. I probably should not have taken his business card when he handed it to me, but that kind of threw energy through a loop, if you will. And so I had to go through that experience and just explore, like, how much am I really willing to do for money? Nothing. Like, nothing. I'm not willing to do anything for money. Money is not like the ultimatum life experience or anything like that. So it's just, it just goes to show that it is what it is, and I'm fine how I am in this experience, and the universe keeps, validating that through me and my experience in life. So that's kind of cool. And the like donation place that I talked about ended up helping me, which is pretty cool because I felt like this doubt, and I'm not sure if it's something in the future, which is just I'm noticing that roadblocks are becoming less severe. Not all the time, but in very specific ways. So it's complicated, but it's not complicated. So I'm wondering if like the road bump that I felt was more of like when she said, I'm going to have to recertify my income, or, the welfare that I'm getting, in a couple months or so. And something about like the paperwork on the application that I had to fill out for them, that happened, but like it ended up not being a big deal at all. Like it wasn't a block. I didn't have to like go backwards and be like, okay, they're not going to help me, or I can't do this, or, you know, um, I have to like drop this experience completely, and oh, that sucks, they can't help. Like I didn't have to go backwards. It's still pursuing forward, which didn't used to happen that way. Usually when I felt a block, it was like, okay, this soul contract's done. Like this person's not meant to help you, back the fuck up and go the other way. No, it was more like, okay, the paperwork's done and we're still going to pursue this project together, and I'm going to get the help that I need or want or whatever. But um, all that happened was just like she asked if I had a certain paper and I said no. I threw it away because I was organizing and I didn't want to keep it. And she was like, okay, no big deal. We'll just like take a look at it again in a couple months. We'll just need like a copy of the paperwork, which for me personally, like I hate paperwork and like anything regarding um, the government. I hate that she twisted this thread toward my face so it always falls. Like you're supposed to curl it always. Yeah, anyways, just an opinion. Anything that has to do with like the government or paperwork is such a low frequency and such a low vibe that it hurts my body to even think about it or do anything with that. I put it off until the last minute as much as I can, yet I'm still always ahead of time and on time. But you guys get it, I'm sure. So yeah, there's that. So roadblocks are becoming less severe to where they're not shooting me back into space and time, and like, wow, that like I guess I've been granted more space because of the work that I've done, if that makes sense. Like, for example, housing when I was in rehab, like, I kept getting shot back. Like, everything I tried, I would do so much work to try and find housing in rehab. So much work. Like, it was like a daily process, and it just took over everything. It just consumed me. And in a way, I'm kind of being dramatic, but I'm not, because my soul was just on a different level than my body was compared to now, where it's more even keel, if you will. One me. Um, and, now it's like, okay, I do all this work and all this research, and it's the right thing to do because I'm not going to get knocked backward. I can always feel it ahead of time, if that makes sense. So it's kind of cool. So, yeah, like I'm not getting shot as like a freaking rubber band or something. I don't know, like the magnetism of Earth's energy is different now to where I'm more aligned with my soul's purpose, and I'm not going out and doing things or seeking. I'm just staying and letting things come to me, and they will come to me. Even if it's not physical, there's something before the physical. Like, my neighbor told me about this place that helps people that need help. And at first I was like, um, I didn't really need it. I didn't really want it. I didn't really care about it. But then feelings changed. things started aligning more. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go check this place out. And not because I got more broke or like I lost money, but more of a balance and just like I should probably should go check this out because I want to, because it feels right, and just see. And I have a few more minutes left, but excuse me, there's something in my eye. And I ended up going, and they helped me after the application thing got done. And it's really cool because they go out and get you stuff that you need, like diapers and wipes. I asked about that. They said they actually like go out and buy them. People don't donate them, but they'll go out and buy them for me. And gave me vouchers for a grocery store, which was cool. And I was able to get a free like full grocery bag full of clothes for my son. They gave me a couple rolls of toilet paper, a couple paper towels, and then like box of tissue and a food of like non-perishable food. And you know, I was able to actually give some of that to my sister too, because some of it I wouldn't eat, like tuna or beef stew or clam chowder. But then there was some stuff I kept for Zadkiel, like mac and cheese or spaghetti noodles or organic spaghetti sauce and oatmeal. So that's stuff that like I don't have to buy at the grocery store. So then money and energy keeps recycling itself because someone else is helping me, which is nice. Because sometimes my food stamps like run out towards about when I'm about to get paid again. So it's not like I can explain it as like space is trying to fill itself in where there were voids before or where the work has been done in my soul's energy, but now it's more like there's less space keeping stuff separate. Things are coming more together. That's how I can explain it. So that was cool. And I'm really stoked on the clothing that we got him because that's just always nice to find clothing that I like, that I accept, that I'm like, okay, this is going to fit him. He's going to look so handsome in this. And a lot of it looked like decent quality. So there was some 18 months, some 24 months, and then I always play around with sizes. Like this looks like it will fit him, or it might be a little big, but like, and this is too small, but I can always like look and see like this is gonna be good for him. Even if it's like, sometimes the sizes are like 2T or 3T or 4T, but they look kind of tiny. So it's all about like eyeballing baby clothes for me. Like, okay, I know this will be good for my son. So I got him, you know, a bunch of outfits, like some shirts, some shorts, some onesies, some 24 months ones, because that's like his average size right now, 24 months at 15 months old. And then his shorts were 2T, and some 18 months onesies that are on the bigger side of 18 months, because other 18 months ones are just too small for him. So that was good. I'm very grateful, and I just feel like this surge in energy whenever I take care of him in certain ways, like, you know, getting him clothing and stuff, and getting him food, and just stuff that makes his soul nourished. Like, I get off on it for some reason. Like, I don't even take care of myself that well in those ways. Like, I do take care of myself, you know, but it's nice to like see me taking care of my son, and I just feel really good, like high vibe energy when I feel certain things happening, and I'm just able to like provide for him all the time and like never suffer. But I do still suffer. I do. Like things are still hard. You know, our space is not perfect, and you know, there's other things that are difficult, but it's getting better on certain timelines and stuff. And the universe is definitely doing work, and I've done work to like help me and my son prosper and thrive, and so I'm seeing that. And you know, I can go back to this donation place that helps people, and go weekly and get a bag of non-perishable food and grocery vouchers, and hopefully they'll have diapers and baby wipes for me next time I go. And they also help with like, Desitin, like his butt cream and baby Tylenol and stuff like that. And you know there's baby clothes that are accessible for him, and um, all that stuff was free except for my soul having to sign a contract and provide my income and do an application, which, is stressful, but there's always a balance. So it's cool to see that universe is just balancing itself out. And I also noticed that like I became my boundaries. Like my boundaries are not like this set in stone thing in your mind that you have to follow because you're creating those boundaries as you go. For me, it's like I became my boundaries, so I almost don't even have to try anymore. It's really cool. But my baby's sleeping, so I'm probably gonna try to dry my hair a little more and just rest and relax and upload this video. And I will see you guys next time, and blessings and gratefulness and love and peace and all that, and prosper. Okay, bye.